Hey everyone, Christina Snyder. So in my state, our state just released guidelines for returning to school in the fall, and it sounds like music teachers, at least elementary, will be on carts going into the classroom. So I kind of expected it, so I've been working on some things to prepare for that. One of the things I like to use in my classroom are vocalizers for the kids. If you don't use animated vocalizers, what they are basically animations on the board that allow kids to follow the object with their voice. It's great for getting kids into their head voices and expanding that vocal range. So here's an example of one. So the kids would follow the B with their voices. They would start low and then they'd come up and over. And a lot of times I'll have them do it and then I'll say, okay, let's go back and do it again, but let's start higher this time. And so they'll go through and they'll do it again higher. So I create these all the time for my kids and they're used to using them and they love them. And it's just a lot better for elementary than just kind of sitting on the piano and doing some normal vocal warm-ups to expand that range. So here's another one. I have a soccer ball. It comes up and over. And they follow it with their voice. Oops, that should go in front of the cloud. And then there's another one. I have a kangaroo. It comes up and down, and then they follow that with their voices. Here's my next one. I have an airplane. So instead of showing all of these to you, I'm going to focus on this last one. Now, these are all done in PowerPoint. And PowerPoint is a lot easier to use, and it's smoother because it's not a live document. When you go into Google Slides, the internet can sometimes slow these down or it just doesn't look as smooth. So I always create in PowerPoint and I use PowerPoint whenever I can. However, next year, I don't know if that's going to be an option because I'm going to be with a laptop on a cart projecting to a screen. So I'm creating everything in Google Slides and I found a hack to be able to do this for next year. So here's this one. Let me show you. So the dog's going to jump up and down and they have to follow the dog with their voice. So I created this in PowerPoint, and then instead of using PowerPoint, what I did is I saved this as an animated GIF. So I'm going to go up here to Save As, and then here, instead of PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to go down to where it says Animated GIF Format, and I'm going to save it as that. Now, the cool thing about Google Slides is that you can insert that into Google Slides as a background. So I've already done one, but let me open up one more here. So I would get rid of this, go up to background, choose image. Let me find here. You see my very messy desktop here. Let me see where one is here. Okay, so I'll use my ant one for you. It's going to upload it. And it's going to hit done. Now, oops, that's not the one I wanted. Here, I'll show it to you because I already uploaded it here. When I do this, it's going to treat it as a GIF. So it's going to repeat itself over and over. That is one of the downsides of this. But it can still work in the classroom, I feel. So like for this one, he's going up and down and the kids will just follow that with their voices. Now, the best way to show this in class without it like jumping too much or glitching too much is you're going to go up to File and Publish to the web. And then you're going to just run that out of a browser. And it seems to go a lot smoother when you run it out of a browser. Let me show you here. Okay, so here it's coming up and over. It's a little glitchy, but for what we needed to do, it's perfectly fine. Here's my other one. Here's the kangaroo. So this is all out of Google Slides, and it's just going to keep repeating itself. There's the airplane one. I have a raindrop one, trying to get them starting high and going low. Here's a butterfly one. Some of them I leave up to my kids to experiment with. Like that one's not super clear what they should do with their voices, but they have a lot of fun trying to figure it out. Here's my ant one. And I try to leave a little bit for them to interpret on their own. Sun that's going down. And then the moon comes up. It is a little bit grainated when you put it into Google Slides, but not too bad. And then there's the dog one that I was showing you. So using a combination of PowerPoint and Google Slides, we can make this stuff work. So good luck to anybody on a cart next year. I'll be right there with you, first time ever, but we'll make it work because that's what teachers do. Have a great day.